Here's how and where to buy some cheap tax deed land for under $1,000. Here's where to go, how to do it, and what to do. Tune in today. Land is one of those things, like they say, they're not making any more land, right? And the thing is, when you buy a cheap tax deed with its land, you can build on it, you can flip it, you could rent it out. Some of these pieces of land people will buy for like $500, $1,000. From there, what they'll do is like owner financing. They'll sell it for $10,000, take $2,000 down, and then have $100, $200 per month passive income. And maybe they go do that 5, 10, 20 times. Next thing you know, they have $5,000, $10,000 a month coming in just off of cheap lots and lands. This is possible with what I'm about to show you here today. However, my disclaimer does take a little bit of elbow grease. You do need to roll up your sleeves and actually do some work. Now, when you compare that to the work that you probably put in at your 9-to-5 grind, this work can be much more rewarding, can be much more fun because you're in charge of your own ship. And like anything, of course, there's going to be a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of a buy-in up front. However, one thing I can assure you is that it's totally worth it. If you guys are familiar with my story, I'm Dustin Hahn. This channel here is dedicated to helping you get started with tax lien and deed investing in cheap government seized property. You know, I'm like one of those stories on the late night TV shows. You know, I was working on an oil rig and I didn't like my job and I got into real estate. For me, it was land that got me out of my job. My first piece of property was 40 acres of land for $4,200. Sold it for 20. I never looked back. For me, that was the life-changing moment where the light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, holy cow, if I can do this once, I'm gonna do it over and over again. And I did it hundreds and hundreds of times since then, and it really allowed me to not have to do that 9-to-5 grind, right? Now, of course, when I got into it, the mistake I made was telling people about it. You know, I was telling my parents, my aunts and uncles, and of course, everybody's an expert. When you want to get into real estate, everybody's going to come out of the woodwork as an expert in real estate. And most of the time, it's because they bought a property in 1980 for, 45 grand, and now it's worth 800, and they really know what they're doing. They don't. This is creative real estate is what this channel is dedicated to. Getting beginners into real estate through tax liens, deeds, government seized property. So I want to show you guys some examples of a lot or two that sold super cheap, show you where to find some here today. But the thing is, it's going to take some courage for you to get into this business, but it can totally be worth it. So once again, if you like this stuff, hit the thumbs up. The channel is here to help you. Subscribe if you have any interest in buying property super cheap that you can flip. Let's go ahead and let's do it. So on my screen right now is the spot where there is cheap property. So remember, we can't be too picky in the sense of like, if you're looking for stuff in downtown Miami at this price, it's not going to work. What we want to do is go to a lot of smaller counties, right? It's these smaller counties. For me, I don't necessarily care where the property is. If I can get something 90% off market value or 95% off, I'll be able to make some money. You'll be able to make some money. We have people all the time who watch this channel like, Dustin, I bought a little piece of land for $800. I sold it to the neighbor for $2,000. I made $1,200 in a couple days. Very cool, right? It's a starting point. So check it out. In Michigan, they have a really good website, tax-sale-info. What I like about Michigan is you can buy these properties here with your credit card. You can put down a deposit on the credit card. You can go, you can buy, and you can bid. This site really puts things together in a very organized fashion. So what you can do to even just see that this is real is if you come here, if you click on like past auction results, you can come here and see stuff that has been selling. You can click view results. And from here, you'll start to see, you can pick some of these counties as far as past auctions and start poking around to see that you're, for yourself, that this stuff is real. You know what I mean? I'm not just selling some pie in the sky thing. And, the funny thing is that, of course, there's people in the comments who have never done a deal. They've never even paid their dues, called counties. Oh, it doesn't work. You know what? Maybe it doesn't work. Actually, it does. It doesn't work for you. So I just get a little triggered because for that person, that statement is true. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work for you. However, what I can tell you is if you put in a little bit of elbow grease, then you're going to be in good shape. So check this out. We're on this page here, and these are properties that sold at the past auctions. So this is real property that went up for sale. We have lots, land, houses, all that sort of stuff. You can scroll down and just go for a little peekaboo. Go research for yourself that this stuff is actually real, right? You can see lots that are selling super cheap. Check it out. We got 0.6 acres of vacant land here, sold for $3,300. Now, obviously, we're going cheaper here today, but there's all sorts of things. And of course, you can cherry pick whatever you want to kind of believe any biases that you currently have. You have to have an open mind with this. You have to be able to think creatively. When you buy property for the back taxes owed or the opening bid is the back taxes, you're going to find a variable of things. You know what? Sometimes you might put in work and things go above market value. That just comes with the territory. Okay. However, the point is, if you stick with this stuff consistently, it will average out to where you start getting home run after home run, and that can only be done in this business. So what if you go and you attend 3 or 4 online auctions from the comfort of home in your underwear? You don't even have to travel or leave. Our ancestors had to go off to war. They had to be away for years, write letters, and here we are. Some people complain that, I went to an online auction in my house and it got bid up and now I'm sad. We've just become so soft. We expect everything to be easy. Now, when it comes to real estate, this is one of the easiest ways to get into it. However, I just want to set some realistic expectations here. So you can check it out. You can see things sold for $9,000. This one, we got a property here, $1,300. We have a house that's sold, for example, this Claire house, and I'll show you some lots here. Actually, let's look at this one. So this lot here, this sold for $763. If we come here and we look, this property is actually near a lake, Lake Miramachi, okay? So check it out. It's a lot, but look here, when we zoom in on the map, this property is actually really close to a lake. So how cool is this? Okay, here's the property here. Here's the lake, all right? So $700. If you go in there, you were to clear this off, you could rent it out. Like there's folks that make thousands of dollars a year. They'll buy a lot like this, $700. They'll clear it out. They'll put some gravel there. They'll make a campsite. And there's all these apps that campers like to go on for like cheap campsites for $20-50 a night. Or you could build a little cabin. You could rent it out on Airbnb. Or you could buy it for, $760, sell it for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and away you go. Like where else can you buy property that's close to a lake for $700? So very cool. That's why I love this business. And I wanted to actually show you an example of something that actually just sold, and you can come poke around this site and just see what's going on, right? We have all sorts of properties. I always like to go and see what was sold, and some people say, it's not that cheap, but you can still get crazy deals. So for example, remember, what I like to teach you guys is this is the entry point into real estate. You can grow, you can go to lots of these sales. However, let's say this site, if you want to look at it, we see right here, $80,000, right? Now, obviously that's a bit more, but if you've made a couple $100,000 and from here, you want to start scaling up your business. So let's say here, this is in Big Rapids. So this thing just sold for 80. I'm curious what it is worth here today. Market value. Let's just take a quick peek at this thing. 309. So it's not on the market. It was assessed at 99. It's not the best deal in the world. However, from here, you can just keep coming to look and be curious as far as what things are selling for, as far as real properties go on this website. So I always like to scroll around, see what's been happening. So obviously you have lots of stuff here with mobile homes. Now, be careful of mobile homes. I don't necessarily like mobile homes because the thing is, first off, they can be on wheels, they could disappear, but they're not really that valuable unless it's like a brand new mobile home and, you can really make some money on it. Most of the time, like we haven't done that well with mobile homes, so just count on it being, something that you're going to have to deal with, or maybe you can rent it out. So these are all lots. So tons of lots actually on this lake that have sold. Somebody was scooping up all of these lake lots on this lot. So this is pretty cool. Somebody bought a whole bunch of these lake lots super cheap, and maybe they're going to build a campsite, something like that. It's by the lake. Very, very cool. We can see here, this one's a bit further away from the lake, but man, to go buy, a whole bunch of these things. We have here some really good information on the properties that sold, the rules, the regulations. Let's see, possible could be buildable areas on these lots. Yeah, this is something that is very, very interesting, right? So here's what you guys need to do. Come over to this website and search upcoming auctions right here. And what you're going to do is see what's going on. And by the way, if you're liking this stuff, go ahead, subscribe. For anybody that tunes in, I give away this book, The ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing, to help you guys get started. If you're wondering where to get phone numbers, where to call these, the ABCs is right here. It has all the phone numbers, everything that you need to get started in this business. From there, if you want some help, you can book a call. In the description below, you'll go to a page. This is the page for the ABCs. You can go, put in your email. Nothing is for sale here, but what you can do is book a call as well, and we can do some coaching and mentoring and help you with this business if that is something you're interested in. If not, hit the thumbs up if you like what we're doing over here. So this is super cool. All these lots going up, but come start poking around, view upcoming auctions, see what's going on. Here we go. We have an auction coming up here later this month. If we click on this, we can see what's going on. Michigan does a really good job of just showing you properties that are coming up, okay? So we have this one, opening bid $3,700 on this. Now, this is a reoffer, so maybe this thing isn't in the best of shape. However, you never know. Check this thing out, $4,000. The thing is there's all sorts of property that goes super cheap at these sales, as we can see here. Let's see, reoffer, maybe that didn't sell, but hey, $5,000 is the opening bid on this thing. The old Kalamazoo reoffer, it's called, but I like to check this stuff out, guys. This is what it takes. You come here, you start poking around, you see it's assessed at $19,000. Obviously this thing could be a pretty big rehab, but I've seen worse. Right? So come see what it's worth. Kalamazoo here, we have this one, boom, we can see here. Estimated value $4,000, so that might not be accurate, but it might be. It's been on Zillow for a while, but just come poking around, try to find some land, try to find stuff that you're interested in. The bottom line is that there are properties here that you can get into super cheap. You can flip them, you can make some good money. Check this out. This one is $2,700. So it's a burned single wide mobile home on this property here. This one $900. Lots of land. Another $900 waterfront lot. Okay, cool. $900 for waterfront lots. Okay, check this out here. That's cool. Where else can you find potentially something $900 on the water? Okay, so now it's your turn, guys. It's time to go bid. It's time to go buy. It's time to get in the game, because people are getting these deals. The longer you put this off, the harder it's going to get. The best time for you to get into real estate was 20 years ago. You missed the boat back then. Don't miss the boat now. It is time to do it. So once again, we offer help for anybody who wants help. There's a link in the description. You can get the ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. Totally free. It'll walk you through it step by step. We have the tax deed directory for exactly what to do there. You'll be in good shape if you want to book a call, or maybe even join us on a live auction trip. We host those now. All that's in the description below. You'll see it there. Once again, thumbs up if you like this stuff. Check out some more videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.